Back to another video of the Dimensionalist. I'm a Dimensionalist. I'm a pissed off Dimensionalist. This is something that keeps bothering the fuck out of me, right? Like, there's video gaming, right? If you cannot use just a controller for the video game and or tap the button at a rate, because I can make my finger tap really fucking quick, like rapid fire type stuff, right? So it's all getting up to the point that I need to fucking make, and it makes fucking complete sense. Okay, I'm a professional gamer. That meaning if I play a PlayStation 4, PlayStation 1, 2, 3, or 4, or Xbox 1, 2, 3, or I say 1, 2, 3 because it's fucking Xbox 360 and an Xbox One, which is the dumbest fucking way to series your consoles I've ever fucking heard in my their retarded life, I've ever heard. I'm not saying my life because I'm keeping that shit away from me, you know what I'm saying? That's not even part of my life. That's some other shit from another universe. I'm kidding. Just don't like they trying to come in the game and all of a sudden in like 2001, 2002, act like they're fucking head of consoles and shit. That don't even make sense. Like PlayStation was already successful and PlayStation 2 was about to come out, and they're trying to come up with the Xbox One when the regular PlayStation 2 came out. That was the Xbox One. They 360 turned their shit around, and then they said, fuck it, we'll start over Xbox One again. That's the Xbox One was the system they were looking for in 2000. So look, that's one thing that Xbox people don't understand, and I'll make a good point. that what they don't understand is they're losing in gaming and marketing. They're losing. They're it's not better than Xbox One. The Xbox, any of those systems have never been better or sold more than PlayStation, Sony. You know what I'm saying? They've never won a console war. Damn, Wii and PlayStation 3, Wii beat PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360. 360 was commercially successful, but where did that success go? Why ain't Xbox One? Why they decided to stop marketing their sales values and stuff like that? You know what I'm saying? Why do they got to do that? And the PlayStation 4 made more sales than them, and they started afterward. And they started a year before, and they still don't have no more sales. Xbox 360 still don't have no more sales on PlayStation 4. Still today. Today, of course, they discontinued the consoles because they've already got to the point where they need to sell enough, and Microsoft just gave up on the shit. And fucking once PlayStation 3 passed them, they said fuck it, and they got scared. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and that's what they don't understand is video games. Statistics and like rapper, like Lil Wayne sold more rap albums than me. I might think I'm a better rapper than Lil Wayne, but statistically, like one guy was arguing on the internet, he's like, what rapper's done more? He set a time frame. I can't really put Eminem in it because Eminem kind of was already around the time, Lil Wayne had his own fame during the time of Eminem's fame. Does that make sense? So statistically, Lil Wayne has brought more to the hip hop community than a lot. Same with Sony. So my point is, Microsoft's like, how can I say this? Lil Wayne's a good rapper, right? That's statistically it. That's like the PlayStation 4. Now you got another rapper in the industry that is somewhat big. That's Microsoft. You get what I'm saying? That's how it actually works in reality. I know Xbox people's like, oh, it's better, I like it better. That's all they can say, is that they like it better and they dislike PlayStation 4. Now, if you try to bring the statistics into the Microsoft people, they're not going to like the shit because they know it's facts. So back to the thing about the controller things. Okay, there's these scuff controllers and gaming controllers that come out. If I can't use a controller for 1, 2, 3, or 4, and press the buttons myself, I don't use no modified controller. Of course, back in the day, had Mad Catz controller stuff, had rapid fire. You turn it on, and you had those special controllers that do something extra for you. I never really used those features. I always used my controller and came to a conclusion that back when I was a young gamer, that I don't like no controller that makes another motherfucker better than me. That I don't got that feature on my controller, because at that point, someone's already got an advantage. They take those scuff controllers and elite gaming controllers are companies that take regular controllers apart and triple 2-3 times the value of the controllers, take other parts, molds and casts, and make a controller to where you can hit certain triggers and rapid fire stuff. That ain't part of the video game. Part of the video game was designed, built around the regular controller and its features. Now, if you're going to add an extra feature into that controller where you hit a button and it does all these different features, they could set up a button, right, to where it does a certain command. You could shoot, reload, and do everything you want that one particular button to do. It's called macros. You know what I'm saying? Like I was talking about computer macros, there's also macros for controllers. Now, those gaming controllers do certain triggers and think, well, I'm trying to hit the button quicker. I'm trying to have it where my button is, that's what they're going to say. I was like, well, why can't you do it in a regular controller? Why can't you game sufficiently with a regular controller and get your ass owned by me, because I'm an elite gamer? I don't need to go spend $400 on a controller. I just need a controller that's there, that exists with the system, and own those people. You know what I'm saying? You notice there's really no generic controllers, except for the generic controllers that they are more than the ones that are fucking real. That's because they take the shits apart and they add extra features to extra triggers and controllers. And I guess they assign whatever the fuck that does or whatever, which is dumb as fuck. You're not a real gamer if you need another controller because you need it to do something extra. That's all the fuck I gotta say. That's like cheating. That's like me. We both got the same car and we're supposed to race, right? We and my friend, we got a brand new car off the lot. It's the same car. As an example, we're supposed to ride around the block. We're supposed to race around a corner with the same car. See who has the best racing skills, right? Now, if I was to add some extra to my car, and then he can't do that, I'm gonna beat him. But it's not a fair game. Of course, all racing cars, all cars are going to beat one other car. Eventually, at one point, it's acceleration, how it turns, hits the corner, how the grip of the tires. You know what I'm saying? There's so many different factors. But my point is, the gamers, try to make the best metaphorical comparison I can, is that they're not ready for something like that. You get what I'm saying? They got to have an extra controller to do all this other shit. That shit ain't fucking necessary. It's fucking, you're not a real gamer if you need to go out and get another controller. When you got a controller that does everything, like, I need a rapid fire, it needs to hit the button. When I hit this button right here, you see it hits the button 50 different times in these few different seconds. I need it. And it's like, well, if you can't stop for that split second to do what you need to do and tap with your fingers or button or your nerve ending, like make your finger move at a rapid rate. Like, if I had a switch to hit the X button, and the moment I need to do it, I'm already going to be ready for it, and I'm going to hit the X button with my finger. It's so goddamn quick, you're going to think I have a gaming controller that's fucking $200-300 extra, and it's going to, my finger's going to do the same exact fucking thing that fucking controller's doing. So you're going to close that chapter of y'all's lives of gamers thinking that they're better gamers than other gamers because they got a better controller. You're not a better gamer. You're instantly disqualified at that point. You have to use something extra that's not even meant to do what it's supposed to do. That's like me going back in a fighting game like Mortal Kombat or something, or Street Fighter, and then you got the V-ism, and like Street Fighter Alpha 3. Remember that game, Street Fighter Alpha 3? And you have a moment where you can hit two buttons at once and you go into the trance. And then if you got rapid fire controller, you can throw fucking thousands of punches, because that game automatically, when you go into V-ism and you do your fucking special, you throw one punch, it throws like 3 or 4. And if you got a rapid controller and someone else is playing, how the hell are they going to hit the button as quick as you when you already got the controllers already set to hit instructions to the computer program to throw fucking as many things as possible, and your controller don't even have that feature to do it. So those fucks got owned. Y'all should be slapped. It's, I guess, a good money thing for those fucking companies to make fucking money buying and reassembling fucking controller. I'm surprised they haven't fucking got in trouble for that shit, or fucking, I don't know how none of that shit works. But I heard they take controllers apart, put them back together, and take other, similar parts and make sure the controller works, and it's Bluetooth, and it works for PlayStation 4 or Xbox 360. It's got those scuff controllers and stuff. But that shit is not real gaming. You're not a real gamer if you cannot use the original controller for the game system. I don't give a fuck what you say. Now, if we were to both put hands in hands and you say, well, how much you just use the controller along with me? I'm like, well, why can't you come down to my level? Why do I got to come up your rapid fire shit? I didn't set it. That's another thing I'm against. I don't need to set none of that shit because I do all that shit anyway myself. That's the point of it. Why can't you come down to me? Why do I got to come up to you? Why can't you come down to me? But other than that, I hope y'all enjoyed another video of the Dimensionless. I'm fucking pissed off. That shit pissed me off really fucking bad. That I keep seeing all this fuck shit about fucking this gaming controller shit. That shit is not, you're not a goddamn real gamer if you fucking need an extra controller to do some shit that you can do with the original controller. There's just no goddamn way around it. There's no way around that. You're not a real gamer, dude. You need something extra to make it do what you needed to do. You're just dumb as fuck. Then why can't you use, listen to what I'm saying, then why can't you use a regular controller? And then somebody like, oh, well, there's nothing you can say. you can't get what you need out of it. You get what I'm saying? You cannot. You're not going to be able to do what I need to do with a regular controller. Because all FPS gamers need to hit a button and trigger, and they can't get to other buttons fast enough. Why can't you? Why can't you? Explain that.